So, yesterday I did a video talking about what if Cad Bane worked for the Covenant, and I kind of mentioned that I had an idea for a Boba Fett video as well. And here it is. What if Boba Fett worked for Cerberus? Of course, I'm referring, if you're wondering what I mean by Cerberus, I mean Cerberus as in the group from Mass Effect. So, yeah. So, let's get into it with this video. So, what would it be like if Boba Fett worked for Cerberus? Now, obviously, Boba Fett only, much like Cad Bane, believes in one thing: money. So, and trust me, Cerberus has a shit ton of money on them. The other thing that they're all about is the preservation of humankind. Now, the big thing we have to ask ourselves: would Cerberus be cool with the idea of working for having a clone work for them? Technically, they have had people with dealings with cloners, as well as having clones in their ranks in some degree. But the main thing is that, and there's also been a lot of, like, in some of the extended lore, I've read somewhere that it's alluded to that the elusive man, tongue-tied there, the elusive man has clones for backups, kind of like Palpatine. So I don't think it would be a problem if if they wouldn't see like Fett as a clone as a problem. In fact, I think they would be kind of like, as long as he gets the job done, we won't care what that is. And Fett obviously is not gonna care about like what kind of scrupulous dealings Cerberus does. He's just gonna be like, I don't care what I have to do. As long as you pay me, I'm up for it. So that's what I think it is that Fett would be, just like him working with the Galactic Empire. It would just be like, yeah, it's just a job, and I don't care who I have to hurt and who I have to break in order, to get that money. Now, let's talk about like what the effect of having Fett in the not Galactic Empire. He's already worked for that. What is it of having Fett work for Cerberus be like? What would that be? What would that really ensue? Well, Fett is the best at what he does, and what he does is kill the shit out of people. So obviously they're gonna send Boba to take care of jobs that are like high risk, high reward, or whether it be assassination, sabotage, or just decimating relations between humans and other races. Fett is going to be sent into he's just going to be like sent into various places. He's going to be sent into very like top agents in Cerberus would be like, no, that's impossible. We can't, no one sane would do that. And he's like, and the elusive man would be like, well, what if we paid them enough? Like, how many zeros is it going to take to get someone to do this job? And that's going to be Fett. So Fett is going to be doing all the, real carnage. Like, they're going to dispatch him to take care of a lot of shit. Now, there's already a top agent in Cerberus that is obviously going to be like, the moment Fett shows up, this guy's going to be considered number 2, and that is Kai Lang. Kai Lang is going to be pissed, for lack of a better word. He is Cerberus's top assassin, mercenary, and he's one of their top agents. So Lang is going to see Fett as a threat. He is going to see him as a full-on threat to his job, because he's going to see how good Fett is at dealing with, obviously dealing. Tongue-tied. I'm tired. They're going to see how effective he is. Cerberus is going to see how effective Fett is on the battlefield or taking care of these missions, and probably as long as Cerberus keeps like paying him, they're going to probably turn to Fett and his tactics more than Kai Lang. Yeah, so Lang's going to have a bit of a problem. So I do see it as like there's going to be some serious like blowback on Lang's end, that he's just going to be like, the moment he fucks up, I'm going to take his head. And Fett's just going to be like, you can try. You won't get far. So, Boba is going to be absolutely brutal in the like, could you just imagine what what Boba Fett could do to people under Cerberus's command? Like, I could see him easily being sent in the Slave One after the Normandy, after they turn on Cerberus. I could easily see that they're like, okay, Shepard doesn't want to play with us anymore. Fett, go deal with him. Like that. That's how I see it. Is that like Fett is gonna be sent after. Fett would totally be sent after Shepard and the rest of his crew, and admit it, you'd want to see the shockwave bombs in action in the Mass Effect universe. Admit it, that would be a really cool mental image to see. As for others, as for how he would probably handle the other races, trust me, Boba Fett would be a bane on all these other alien races. He would probably be like the Krogan would probably see him as almost like a demon that they would have to slay. The Turians, I could actually see Fett having a personal rivalry with Garrus, because Garrus is all about the law and order, and Boba Fett is all about money. And Garrus always had a problem with bounty hunters, so I could see that. Also, it'd be kind of fun to see like who's the better sharpshooter in a match like that. But yeah, Fett wouldn't question the what Cerberus is trying to do. He wouldn't even. The thing is, he wouldn't even fucking care. He would not, in any way, shape, or form, care about what Cerberus is trying to do. All he would care about is what's the job and how many zeros are you putting on the check. That's really it. Like, that's all Fett would really give a shit about. And by the end of it, yeah, there would be just nothing but bodies in his wake. Just bodies, bodies, bodies. And I just referenced that movie unintentionally. That's how I pretty much see this, honestly. Yeah, this would be, yeah, he'd just be absolute, like, he would just be an absolute terror in Cerberus's under his in Cerberus's employment. Yeah, Fett would be an absolute nightmare, and not to mention all the other shit they could upgrade him with. I'm not saying like Fett would be down with being given bionics, but he would not say no to some of the weaponry that they have, and I imagine some of the like armor upgrades and weapons upgrades, and probably some new upgrades to his ship as well. But yeah, all in all, absolute nightmare if he was in the Mass Effect universe working for Cerberus. But yeah, so you guys tell me in the comments below, what do you think it would be like if Boba Fett worked for Cerberus? Very curious to see what the Mass Effect community, the Mass Effect fans are going to say about this one. I'm very curious. But other than that, hope you all enjoyed this. I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.